It's episode 43, day 60, with a twist that I've been home. This is Talk a Lot with James Lott Jr., your late night talk show here on IG Live. I see my little notification. James Lott Jr. is now starting a live video. It is Saturday night. I don't know what day it is half the time. Like, what is today? I thought today was Sunday. It is Saturday night. I have some things to talk to you about, and I hope everybody's doing well. I have just had some great stuff coming up. And I do this till 11 o'clock. So it's on for the hour. People ask me, why does it end? I'm like, no, it ends. I go as long as they tell me on here. It goes for an hour. It's one of the last things I do before I go to bed. So everybody, let's get ready to talk a lot with James Lott Jr. here in Inglewood, California. My eye is watering right now too for some godforsaken reason. Let's turn it. And Kenny Mac started a live video too at the same time. Go on, Kenny Mac. You know I'm at 10 o'clock. Why'd you start a live video? I'm all being shady. Like, why'd you start a live video? You know I'm on right now. Hi, guys. Hello, everybody. Hello, ladies. Hello, everybody. My eyes been watering off and on all day today. Just when you're old, just does that. So silly. Hello, everybody. So I want to talk to you. I need to clarify something, and I have a couple of announcements. So there's some folks come in. Hello, Crossword Consulting Group. Eric the Terrible. K. Marie Cupcake. Still Silly. _ still silly _ Don't forget those underscores. Let some more people come in a little bit, and I'm going to tell you some stuff. Today we're drinking some tea. My birthday cup still. The one that was quarantined. This tea is good. I'm drinking echinacea and elderberry. With a little bit of honey in it. Skelly Salvador. Everybody, so I'm waiting for some folks to come in. I'll make some announcements. Excuse the hair. It is crazy. I'm sweating because my hair. My goodness, this is 2 months of hair growth from shaved head to this. It's so much hair. It is crazy. Crazy. I'm trying to decide for my one-man show in 2 weeks, what am I going to look like? I have not decided yet. Yep. Crazy. Late night. Saturday night, folks. Saturday night, bitches. So there's some folks in here. I'm going to start talking. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. This is 51 years old right here, I guess. I need to make a clarification. So I've been home for 59 days. Have not left my house. Have not left my yard. So I have been outside. Someone's like, you've been outside? No, I've been outside. I have a garden. If you don't watch any of my garden videos or pictures, and you don't know that, I'm outside. I have a huge, giant yard, big house, but I have not left to go nowhere. Nowhere in 59 days. Well, today, if you follow my IG story, you'll see that I left the house for the first time. And I was scared shitless. I didn't know the way I'm going to put it. But it was very safe. I was with my sister Sandra, who's in here sometimes. Her car was clean. And I was in the back seat. Had my mask on. She had her mask on. Had sanitizer wipes and everything. So I went to pick up my prescription. So I got several things I got to clear up for this. Because people are just asking all kind of stuff. One, I'm not sick. I don't hear the word medication. I'm old. I'm black. I take medications because I'm old and black. No. In all seriousness, I have some heart issues. I have high blood pressure, secondary hypertension. So I take medication for it. And I get it every 3 months. I'm very fortunate. I just go and get enough supply for 3 months. So I was running low, so I thought I'd get some. Yes, they could have delivered it, but right now all these deliveries are messing up in my house, and I don't want medications being missing. I want to make sure that the medications get to my house, and it was literally around the corner. So I was like, I can get in the car around the corner and pick up medication instead of having it sent to my house. But no, I'm not sick. And yes, somebody said you get vitamin D. I take vitamins. I take supplements. I drink teas. I go outside. I'm inside. So no, I'm actually I'm fine. But I had to pick up my medication. I take blood pressure medication and stuff. So that's what that was. But I'm not sick. I'm not having I have some slight Bell's palsy stuff, but other than that, I'm fine. A little tired, but it's just me. Oh, there's Caddy Mac. You had your own story going. You had your own live going on. I was like, girl, why are you going live? My show's on. I was going to get some Shady Saturday to Candy Mac. But she's here, folks. I hurt my shoulder, so I know I have some neck pain, so I'm going to take some drugs for it tonight before I go to bed. And make sure I take that. I want to clear that up. So James Lott Jr. is okay, but he takes regular medications. So that's what I want to go get. That's number 1 and 2. I got several things going on. 1 and 2. I have an announcement to make. I got 8,000 projects going on. So I have a new project in association with Sean Kanan. I will be doing the Studio City After Show. So if you have not watched Studio City, it's on Amazon Prime. It's only 6 episodes. And they're like between 9 and 17 minutes long. They're really good. They starred Tristan Rogers, Patricia Darbo, Carolyn Hennessy. They're all up for pre-Emmy nominations. And it's a great series. Sarah Joy Brown, Scott Turner Schofield, they're really nice. So I'm going to do a little limited series of stuff. So it's going to be an after show where I'm going to review each of the 6 episodes. They're really easy to do. And I'm going to have some of the stars and creators on the show. So this may be like maybe 10 episodes, probably 10 or 11. So it's a limited series after show. And if they get a season 2, of course I'll do one season 2. But Sean will be on the show. I already got Philip Bruin coming on the show. I got other people. So that's just a little announcement to add to the roster of JLJ Media Network. And I've been talks of doing another after show of an old show that's already aired, and it's a beloved favorite. Someone asked me if I would do an after show as if it was on. Bring attention to it. So just stay tuned for that. I can't give that away yet. We're talking about it. So we're going to do that. But yeah, I'm doing that for Studio City. So I made the poster. I'll make the announcement soon. So make sure I get out my notes. So that'll be coming up too. That's 4 and 5. Okay, we said that. Someone asked, was it nervous if we could be out? So being outside in LA was a trip because it was a beautiful day in Los Angeles, which you've had a bunch of those. It was kind of nice being out and about, but I was still nervous. Like I didn't go in. So what I did is I went to it was drive-through and a prescription. And then, keep it live, if you don't stay, I want to check your messages. Girl, I don't know. And then we went to Starbucks in the drive-through because that's what you do. So I got the car once to my mom's house, and she had her that's her garden I posted on here. So she had her mask on, I had mine on. So I didn't. I couldn't save the video last night. It was so weird. The video ended on me last night, and I couldn't save it. IG is weird. IG is so weird sometimes. I don't even understand. But yeah, so I didn't get out the car, so I didn't walk around or anything. That's another step. Like going into a store, I'd be really nervous. But it was nice. It was kind of nice being out and about. I can almost do it again, but we'll see. I'll see what's going on. But it was nice to be out. I interviewed, which is coming out tomorrow, the Queen of Bold and the Beautiful, Catherine Kelly Lang. We had a great interview, and she was live from her store in Beverly Hills. Her store, Ben Hart USA. She was live. She was outside. She was live, and she was explaining the protocols they're taking. She looks so beautiful. That's out tomorrow. My Bold and Beautiful Mini Spotlight. That'll be out tomorrow. And my girl Kimberly Dawn, who's a Nashville country singer, who's in LA. Love her. And that's coming out tomorrow too. She's doing some amazing things helping our firefighters and first responders in the COVID virus. She's doing some great stuff. Her and her daughter. Those are out tomorrow. Monday, it's Vincent Irizarry, our interview. Tuesday, it's Miranda Wilson, who played Megan Hathaway Demira on Tuesday. Lots of interviews coming out. Tomorrow, another left-handed episode is coming out from our Left Hand Lot to Say. Me and Candace are working on our Forever and a Day soap opera. We're getting things done behind the scenes. Someone asked me when it's coming out. We don't know yet. Just stay tuned. We're working. We just started working on this. We literally just started working on this. Her and Casey are doing a lot of the heavy work, of course, putting this together and making amazing strides for the series. Like I said, it's their vision, it's their work. I want them to realize their vision. So I'm supporting them completely on that. But yes, and I'm still working on my one man show, and I'm still working on um, the scoring of the film. But I may have a new song. My friend Mike Brown turned something in. It's great. Right now, the left-handed episode. So it's funny. I'm doing this kind of like an experiment. Some of these things I'm doing are kind of they're designed for short term, but it could be long term. Depends on the turnout. I've told myself at 20 episodes, I'll reassess. So far, episode 3 is coming out tomorrow. I already recorded and uploaded episodes 4 and 5. And then next week I have 3 more interviews. So by the time this week is over, I could be up to 10. That's halfway there. I'm releasing like a couple like I'm releasing one like every 3 or 4 days. So I don't know. I'm really curious. Right now I'm learning something new out of every interview I'm doing. I'm learning something new. So I don't know. It's just really interesting. I don't know how much. I don't know if I'm kind of trying to see if there's a correlation to everybody being left-handed, what the stuff is. So, but every interview, if you're left-handed, even if you're right-handed, you should listen to it. It's very interesting hearing. I interviewed somebody who was talking about the Middle East and Arabic stuff, where everything's written like everything's set up for left to right. So it's very interesting. I didn't even thought that. And sign language, signing left-handed, and what that means. So every episode has been an eye-opening experience for me. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really having the best time doing that podcast. It's been so much fun. So I'm saying maybe 20, and I'll look at it and see what happens. But but the response I'm getting is here's the crazy thing. I have an embarrassment of riches right now. A lot of projects I'm working on, they're all exploding. And so some of them I just thought I'd just do here and because I have some projects that have naturally ended because the season of that, like When Calls to Heart, the season ended. So that one's done. But we're doing When Hope Calls. That season ended, but Marissa and I are going back and doing all the episodes. And that's been kind of fun, but it's only 10 episodes. So we're already at episodes 5 and 6 coming up. So in a few weeks, then 7, 8, 9, 10, by mid-June, we'll be done with that podcast for a while. That'll be put to bed, and we'll see there's season 2. So it's kind of, oh my goodness. You guys, I want everyone in here to give a warm welcome to a person I'm in love with, Jasmine Hester, 23, brilliant producer, actress, stunt woman. She does it all. I love you, Jasmine Hester, 23. I love you, Jasmine Hester, 23. I love you. And I get to see you this week. I get to see you this week online. I'm so excited. So everybody give her the family welcome. Jasmine, this is a show I do every night on IG. It's called Talk a Lot with James Lott Jr. It's for the late night crowd. You couldn't possibly love me more because I think I love you more than you could love me more. So I don't even know if that's even completely possible. I don't even know that's possible. I don't even know. But yes, she's great. But welcome her. I do this show every night to help people, their anxieties, their things. I mean, there's a lot of talented people who come through here. So I'm glad you're stopping through. Some people stop through, they leave, they come back. It's great. And yes, I want to mirror Candace. Our Forever Today, we're entering the world of serial drama. And Jasmine knows all about this because she has Chronicles of Jessica Wu and all stuff, so she knows this. We're entering with Forever Today as a show that I'm executive producing with Candace Mack and Casey Hutchinson. And people have been really great response to it. So thank you so much. We do appreciate it. We're going to do our best to put on a really good show. And as Jasmine knows, it's a lot of work behind the scenes to put a show together. And I love being the producer to help flesh out and help Casey and Candace's dream come true. I want to make sure that it's the product they want. We have some great names attached to it already. Hi, Mommy Deso. Um, and we just want to make sure it's a good product for you guys. That's kind of the thing. And I love seeing people of color, people of different orientations, sexual orientations, being creative. And if I can help, I'm going to help. And Jasmine also knows that I will support projects. I will have you on my shows. I will tweet out things, retweet whatever. I'm all about our community. It's all about that, folks. It's our community. So that's kind of a big thing. And even though I may have crazy hair right now, crazy hair. Well, thank you, Jasmine. I really appreciate that. I have a lot of different projects going on that have come to me in the last 6 months, and I'm very honored that people think my time and attention is worth something. That they think it actually means something. So I believe in everything. Whatever I take on, I believe in it. I stand by it. And so that's half the battle right there, right? Don't put out half-assed product if you can't stand behind it. And I have such wonderful people that I associated with. I love it that I know. Many of you guys in this room are very talented, are in this room, doing great stuff. I love it. Strong women. My personality draws people in. Thank you. I appreciate that. I try to be a nice person. That's all I want to be, is a nice person. I say people should always be nice. And Candace may get this reference, but there's a famous scene on Knots Landing, of all places. Michelle Lee's character, Karen, says that it's called the Pollyanna speech. You can go on YouTube, and it's very polarizing speech. But one of the things she says, and I use it all the time, is that people should be nice. Nice should be the norm. I just believe that. I just feel like, why not? I don't get it. I'm like, we're all swimming upstream. We're all trying to make something, whatever it is, whether it's a song or an album or a painting or a spoken word piece or whatever. I'm like, we're all trying to make it. So why are we being mean to each other? I'm having a guy on my show tomorrow, Alan Locker, because people are trying to pit us against each other. And I was like, but there's enough room for both of us. So I said, come on my show. He's like, sure, James, I'd love to come on your show. And I'm going to showcase him on my show. So haters and shady ass people who are trying to put us against each other because we're both doing interviews. It's enough room for everybody. Who cares? So you're going to see our interview together. That's how I look at it. That's what I do. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. That's fine. Come on, people. It's just I don't. I get shady sometimes. You know that, for fun. But in real life, I'm like, I like being a nice person. Does not mean being a nice person does not mean I'm a pushover. That's the point. And I don't let other people dictate to me how I'm going to act. So you want to act out, you act out. It doesn't mean I have to follow suit, if you know what I mean. Now, I ain't perfect. Let me sip my tea, kids. Let me sip my tea. I ain't perfect, but I am somebody who practices what I preach. And many of you guys know this. If you're in my circle or if you're in my orbit, I'm loyal to you. And I'm like, what do you need? What do you need? What do you need from me? And how can I be of service to you? Because it's tough out there, folks. It is a dog-eat-dog world, and when they say you're a chew toy, it is tough. You got a tea, you got something. Okay, I'm like, whether I have physical tea or not, I always got tea going on. That's just me. But I just feel like I interviewed somebody the other day. I said her name the other day. I'm going to say it again. Deanna Nicole Baxter. I'm in love with her too. She's like the bomb. She's an actress and a producer in a new film called Stacks with my buddy Gerald Webb and Mark Christopher Lawrence. Again, two other guys I love to death too. We do things together all the time. So it's like, I support my people. Oh, thank you, Jasmine. Thank you, Mrs. Demir. You guys are all so nice to me. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, this is me. This is not a joke. I think maybe because I've always been this way, first of all. But I think coming into this business later in life has served me because I'm not here to compete with anybody. I'm not here to bring down anybody. I'm not a dream killer. Oh, I mean, you do what you got to do. But I just feel like you catch more bees with honey than you do with vinegar. That whole saying. And literally, I can pick up the phone or send a message, and people respond back to me. And that to me, that says a lot. I've other people like, they never call me back and they're saying, what's going on? They know they're safe with me. They know that they're safe with me and that I'm not trying to undermine them or make them look bad. I'm not super gossipy and, all juicy filled and all that stuff. I don't do all that stuff. I'm like, you got a project, let's promote it. I'm setting up an interview with Ian Buchanan, my buddy. We'll be doing it next week. It's another great one that I like talking to. I just finished talking to Michael DeBarge and David Ruffin Jr., two people from these two amazing musical families. David Ruffin, of course, from The Temptations. Michael DeBarge from the DeBarge family. We've become friends. Some of you guys know Michael DeBarge was in here the other night. We become friends. We did a great interview on Friday, and it was wonderful. I'll put it out in a couple of weeks. But they were a little nervous because they didn't know what kind of questions I might ask them, and they realized I'm not like that. I'm not like that. I'd rather have a good interview and have you come back to me and give me exclusives than try to get dirt and juice out the first time out and then never see you again. I'm all about the long term. I see the big picture. It's all about the big picture for me. There's certain actors I can call. Hey, when you have Eric Braeden, who is Victor Newman on Young and the Restless, legend, say, okay, I love James as an interviewer. I love him as a person. When my book comes out, he's one of 7 people that I will let interview me in the country. I want to cry. I was one of a few outlets that he was like, I got to go on his show. Yeah, I know. It's like, Jasmine, get some more projects. You got a bunch of projects. So, Jasmine, we got to do this. So, I know you're coming on with the group, but then you and I need to set up a separate Zoom interview. That's what we need to do. That's the way we need to do that. And whether it's just a conversation or whatever, I will get to you. Seriously, we'll have our own little side thing. Because we should. It's long overdue anyway. We should. It's long overdue. We should. I'm totally serious. So I'll contact you. We're gonna do something separate. But it's just like I'm here to give a good interview. I'm here. I'm nosy. I want to know what's going on in a sense of like, I want to know what makes you tick. I want to know how you came up with that scene. Jazz always asking about her accents. But I want to know how, because people are interested in that kind of stuff. I was telling somebody the other day, Sean Kanan. He was like, I asked him these questions about some of his acting choices. And he's like, is this kind of interesting to people? I go, people love this shit. They love hearing behind the scenes stuff. You don't understand. Fans want to know everything. They're nosy like I am. So they love hearing your process. They love hearing how you came up with that. They want to know the story. So that's my job. My job is to dig in and get it. Like a melon ball scooper, scoop it out. Let's scoop it out. Makes it more interesting. I've had writers come on and directors are like, should I come on? I go, yes. They want to hear how you wrote the scene. They want to hear how you directed the scene. They want to hear, all the ins and outs. Okay, you said I'm nosy. I know. I'm nosy. I'm nosy Rosie over here. I want to know what's going on. Now, I do like stuff behind the scenes, off camera talk. I get tea all the time off camera. But I don't always. You can trust me. That's what you can always trust me. I know a lot of stuff, folks. One day I'll write a book. And you guys will see. But for now, everybody's safe. Nobody's, only a few people have pissed me off, but not many people have pissed me off. But yeah, no, but I love this business. I do. This business is so crazy. It's crazy. And right now there's no business. It's crazy, but I love it. I love coming up with ideas. I love sharing ideas. I love other people's ideas. I love seeing what they're coming up with. I love going on people's IG stories and Facebook and seeing all the projects they're doing. It's just amazing, but it's not easy, folks. It's not. I know. I really don't get mad. I don't get mad very often, but when I get mad, folks, it's not pretty. My voice, you think it's deep now? Ooh. It drops a few more octaves, and there is no smile on this face. And I got a tongue on me that I can give you a tongue lashing. It is not good. So I have been mad, trust. But I try not to get to that point. I get annoyed at things. I get annoyed at stuff. But I try not to get to that point because I don't like myself when I'm that angry. I've been like murderously angry. And I didn't like that. I have mellowed out a lot in my old age. I'll tell you. Trust. I'm a Taurus. Hello. I'm a bull. I can still be a little stubborn. But sometimes my stubbornness has worked in my favor, for good things. But yes, no, you don't want to see James Lott Jr. mad. James Lott Jr. is a friendly, nice person who just wants to, what would someone have to do to make me mad? You don't even want to know, girl. You don't even want to know. There are several things you could do to make me mad, but I just like being me. Oh yeah, Capricorn Earth signs. That's right. You're the goat on the hill. I'm the bull in China shop. Well, the thing is, I've learned how to look at people differently as I've gotten older. So when I see people, I see beyond sometimes what they're saying. Hey, no Taurus. I can assess situations better. So before I acted on pure reactionary emotion, so you just get mad. I have learned in the past, everything was happening to me. That's how I viewed it. Why are they doing this to me? Why is this happening to me? Why can it? So I learned that's not really what's going on. Things are happening, and then it's up to me to take them on or not. And there are times you're like, I can't take that on. No. I'm not. There are times I've told people literally, I do not accept that. Or that I'm not taking that on. Or my favorite phrase, that does not work for me. I've said that many times, and I have learned the word no is a beautiful thing. You have the right to say no. You have the right to say that I'm not going to take that. And people will try to put things on you, but they can't unless you let them. So it's all about steal it, girl, take it. Take it. I just really see it as very much that it's like what you're saying to me doesn't work for me. It doesn't serve me anyway. Your feelings may be valid. That's fine. But my feelings are valid too. So I have to protect my feelings and how I feel. I will listen to you. I will hear what you have to say. And if it sounds crazy or bullshittery or whatever words you want to use, I go, okay, thanks for telling me. I'm going to go over here. That's nice. I'm going over here. Because I'm not buying all that. And I take people for face value. If someone says they're a certain way, I believe it. Got it. They show you who they are. They show you. More times than not, they show you. So it's like, okay. And I don't even mean that in a bad way either. It could be good things too. But just like, I see it. But I just learned in situations, things aren't being done to me. Things are happening. And then either I'm swirling in it and getting caught up in it. But I've learned many times now to be on the sideline and look at it, assess it. And if I'm in the wrong, fully admit it. And if I'm in the right, fully hold on to it. Or even if there's times when you can come to an impasse. It's fine too. Sometimes you have to agree, disagree. I had a conversation today. I had to stop talking. I know how to shut the fuck up. Sometimes shutting the fuck up is the best thing on earth. Sometimes you don't have to say everything. You don't. You don't have to say everything. Sometimes it's good to think first before you speak. Accountability is very important. And yes, agree, disagree. Sometimes it's fine to agree, disagree. It's fine. Where everybody's different. Nobody's the same. So it's kind of like, okay, well, you see it that way. And you have to decide, is the disagreement, is the difference detrimental to your relationship? I was too slick. Oh no, I had to learn how to shut up. I had to learn how because my mouth can run. So I had to learn how to sometimes it's go. You know what? I'm gonna stop for a second. Also, it's good to say, never mind. You go ahead and feel that way, or let me think about it. It's good to also say sometimes, you know what? Can we stop this discussion? Can I think about it for a second and get back to you? And don't let them press you. Don't let anybody press you into doing anything you don't want to do. Because sometimes when you say things in the heat of the moment, it's bad. So sometimes you need to go back and think about it. Sometimes they say sleep on it. Sometimes that's the best thing to do. Did you say Florida's in the house? Yeah, some folks just don't. Some folks just don't know when to shut up. And they'll say things because they'll keep going and going and going. You're just like, it's okay. And sometimes it's okay not to understand what they're saying and want clarification. It's okay to not know exactly how you feel at first. Sometimes emotions come to you in waves. Like, at first something happens and you're like taken aback and you're like, am I upset? Am I not upset? And sometimes you're like, I am really upset. But it's good to know why you're upset. Because in the why, that's how you can act accordingly. So, like for example, I got upset recently by someone's decision. And I had to realize, I was upset at first, wanted to be a bull in China shop, go off. But I didn't. I shut the fuck up is what I did. And I looked at myself, which is hard to do. Look at yourself, it's hard to do. But you got to do it. And I said, James, don't say anything. Figure out why you're really upset. And I did. I found the why. So when I went to talk to that person later, I was a much calmer person. And I was able to express myself clearly. And they expressed themselves. We had to come to an impasse, ultimately, at the end of the conversation. But it was like, but at least I felt like I didn't go off. I didn't go off on any tangents. It wasn't like just screaming and hollering. But I knew why I was hurt. So because I knew why, I was able to express myself more. That really did help. It was just kind of like, okay, well, now that know why I'm upset, I can say this is why. And then they will know why I'm upset. So there's no guessing game. Because nobody's a mind reader, folks. They can't read minds. But then now they know. And then back to me, I can at least say, I told them everything. I expressed myself clearly. I said my piece. Whether they agree with it or not, or get it or not, it's a whole other story. But at least I said something. Sometimes perceptions are off. You think it's one thing, so you go off because you think it's one thing. Then you find out later it was something totally different. We walk into situations with all of our own stuff, right? We already walk in with our past. We walk in with our childhood. We walk in with our relationships. We already walk into stuff a lot of times. So when a situation isn't pleasant, you're just like, oh, you're bringing it all in there. And I'll tell you something, I do not want to pay for someone else's craziness. And who I'm talking to should not pay. If I'm having a disagreement with you, it should be about the reason. See, here's one thing that kills me, and I hate this. And you guys know this. When the fight stops being about the subject and it's about the fight. Now, you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Where all of a sudden, the way you rolled your neck and then you put your finger in my face, then all of a sudden it's like, okay, what was the original problem? Why are we talking in the first place? But then it becomes about how you said it. And you rolled your eyes and you sucked your teeth and then you gave me two. It's like, then all of a sudden you miss out to what the actual fight was about. Like, okay, so now we have to reconcile the way you fought, the way you talked to me first, and then you have to get to the problem. So you just added more stuff for yourself. It's just like all of a sudden you just want to blow your brains out. You're just like, okay, this is too much. So sometimes you have to kind of go, okay, they're saying it a certain way. Roll your eyes for a second, but like, try to stick to the course. I always try to say, let's stick on topic. I always try to we're talking about, remember, we're talking about this. I'm sorry if my voice, because there's times people say, well, your voice sounds like a father. Well, I am a father. I can't help the way I talk. I have a deep voice that sounds like this. I can't help the way I talk. So if that triggers you, which is a very true thing, people sometimes will respond to you in a way that reminds you of something, right? So if that triggers you, my voice triggers you, that's legitimate. But I can't help. I can do anything about that. I mean, we can talk about that too. But I'm not gonna do that. So it's kind of crazy. But I'm a father. I'm a father of two. I'm a grandfather of three. I parent, so I know I talk a certain way. I'm also a life coach. I know I talk a certain way, and I try to turn it off a little bit. But in a way, it's part of my life, so I can't really turn it off. It's just one of those things. So, but I think that's the. But that's kind of big thing. It's like, I don't want to fight about the fight. It takes away from all the stuff that we're trying to accomplish. I don't have time for all that. And so I don't really fight. I don't like fighting. First of all, I like discussing. Having disagreements are fine. And when folks tell you, "Oh, we never fight," fuck you. If you don't fight, there's something wrong. One of my cousins was in a relationship for 10 years. And they were like, we never fight. We never disagree. We agree on everything. Oh, well, they broke up. Wait, where's my tea? Where's my tea? Do. Let's drink that. Fighting's okay. There are some things, someone in here said they were only child. There are some things you can only learn about yourself in relationships. That's friendships and love relationships. There are some things you can only learn about yourself in those. There's so much growth you can do on your own, obviously, but then there are things you can only learn while dealing with somebody else. And sometimes you have to fight. Sometimes you have to have a disagreement. Sometimes you have to find, because you're finding the lines. You're learning about each other. Yeah, I mean, you are learning about the way you fight too is a great thing. The way you fight's also a great thing. If they're mean and ruthless and aggressive, and then maybe they're not the type for you. If they're passive and quiet and don't talk that much, maybe they're not for you. So the way they fight is a factor. But you can't. Life isn't just peaches and cream. We're not all the same. We all come from different backgrounds. I would never. I mean, I've dated people who are completely opposite of me. I mean, it's just how it is. And I've dated people who are similar to me. But you can't expect to always get along every second of every day. That's not how that works. The world is way more complex than that, and everybody grows differently at different levels. So when you get to the longer term relationships, you're not the same person you were at 18 as you are at 25, or at 30, or at 35, or 40. Hopefully you change. You're not the same person. I mean, I'm 51. My thoughts aren't the same as they were at 45 or 40. They're not at all. It's just how life is. And I think that, when you're in a relationship, we all are different. We all have different jobs. We all come from different backgrounds. So we're growing at different rates. So there may be times when you need kind of disagreement to grow further. I am 51 years old. Nobody believes me. I'm 51. Black don't crack. You know how it is. My insides are cracking, but the outside, shellacked. My mother has no wrinkles, just like her. I'm very fortunate. Thanks, Benita. She's my savior. I see my future in her. I'm like, okay, I look like you. Okay, I'm look like you another 20 years. Got it. But I am 51 years old, kids. And there's times I don't believe it either. My birthday was a week ago. Last Sunday, Mother's Day, I turned 51 years old in quarantine. But there's times I don't believe it either. There's times I go, I'm 51? Like, what does that mean? Wasn't I just 25 a year ago? Wasn't I a baby? Wasn't I young and tender, just like around the corner? Now I was young and tender, and now I'm old and tenderized. Thank you. That's what's going on there. But I am. This is the face of the new 50s right here. Yeah, my black don't crack mask. You guys, my good friend Deborah Hubbard, who's 64 and looks like she's in her 40s, has a company called Black Don't Crack. It's here on Facebook. She's on Instagram. She is from Culver City, which is not far from me. I've had on my show several times. She's a good friend of mine. She is an inspiration. But her company is called Black Don't Crack. And I support her 10,000%. She's great. But I just think the important thing I would probably say, Naj, where you were wrong. Well, it's funny because sometimes it's not about right or wrong in fights. It really isn't. Sometimes it's just that you think one way, I think another, and you clash. And it's not even so much changing that person's way. It's just kind of going, okay, now I understand you, and now you understand me. Let's find a way so it doesn't happen again. Or how do we work through this? So here's an example, kids. Some people I know, I want to come home, I need like a half an hour to myself. Can I just have a half an hour to decompress? It may be I'll go meditate, maybe I have a drink in another room, maybe I take a shower. I just need a half an hour, and then I'm all yours. Okay, maybe when you come home, you're not like that. You want to come home, you're already in, I've seen you all day, and you're talking. Okay. That can cause conflict, right? That can totally cause conflict. So like Elkins, just for you just said, you find a compromise somewhere. Or you go, okay, that's not me, but I accept this is you. Because my thing about relationships, my one piece of advice usually is, as long as we can grow together and I keep my identity at the same time, we're good. We can certainly grow together and be together. It's fine. But I shouldn't give up everything of who I am to be with you. You should allow me to still grow and be myself, and I should allow you to be yourself too. And then we continuously work it out. Me time is so important. I completely agree with that. It's just one of those things, like, it's just so important. Some of my best relationships, even though they didn't last longer, lifelong, they were still good because we allowed each other to be who you are. I'm not here trying to change you. I already got 2 children. I don't want any more. It is not my job to sit here and change you and make you into whatever I think you should be. No, I don't have time for that. But we will find ways to get along, and we'll find ways to compromise. And I don't like carrots, but you like them, then you can have carrots on your own. I won't be yanny. It's just one of those things you have to figure it out. But I don't always believe there's right and wrong. I think sometimes it's just difference. It's just difference. And friendships, let's not forget friendships. Friendships could be just as strong, if not stronger, than love relationships. Well, they're all love relationships. I should say sexual relationships and partnerships. Friendships, I remember being broken up with by my ex-best friend, and I was devastated. Devastated. He dropped me after 20 years. I was devastated. I had to mourn the loss of that friendship, just like I would have in a relationship. I had a female friend, same thing. Dropped me after 25 years. Another friend dropped me after 20 years. I mean, they're just tough. I've had to end friendships. No, I didn't like that. I didn't like ending them. I had to end a cousinship. I had to drop a cousin because the way she was treating me after 40-something years. Sometimes you come to impasses. Sometimes the Bible says everything's for a season. Sometimes your folks are for a season. Some last longer than others. I have a lot of long-time friendships, mind you, but there are some that didn't last along the way. You never know which ones are going to do it. So you went through the same thing after 7 year friendship. It is. It totally is. It's weird. I never equated that until I started losing friends. I'm watching Insecure right now. So if you don't watch the show, Molly and Issa had a huge fight in the last episode. I was like, oh my God, 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 oh my God. That episode, it all came to a head. And I was like, oh my goodness. But if you don't watch Insecure, then you don't even understand. It does have to happen for your own growth. People are, here's something I'm going to tell you guys. Here's something I'm going to share with you guys that I believe. We call people into our lives, and we call certain people into our lives at certain times in our life. We might need them, and I don't even know it. So I've had friendships that literally were there for me at certain key times in my life when I was in certain situations. And once that time passed, once that situation passed or that job passed, the friendships go away. And some of them are not always bad. Some of them are not like, big breakups. Some of them you just kind of drift another direction. Suddenly the calls are less. You get together less and less. It kind of happens. And sometimes it's okay. People, they say for a season. That's what it says in the Bible. It's for a season. So it's kind of like, I have to understand that some of my friendships, they're not, or some friendships morph into a different kind of friendship. I have one of those too that I had to deal with. We were one way during one time, and then it became something else. Brandon Larkins is in, folks. Brandon Larkins is in. Brandon, Jasmine's in here. She's been cheating on you with me. That's right. She's cheating on you with me. But yeah, some friendships change over time. They change. And that's fine too. It just again, not everybody's the same. Not everybody's the same. It's like it's we have to remind ourselves that change always happens. Another guy, Joseph's in here. Another talented black man, black excellence in here. Joseph G21. All these talented people are in this room. This is killing me. This is killing me, folks. All these talented black folks are in here. I love it. Make an old man cry because your eyes are all younger than I am. It's crazy. You're all younger than me. That's fine. I'll be the elder statesman. That's fine. I'll be the elder statesman. This is what I do every night, folks, for you guys. Here's a little side note, folks. I made my bed. I was like, something's missing. I forgot to put on the mattress top cover. But see, now I'm too tired to make my bed again. I'm like, screw it. I guess I'll hold on for a while. But yeah, it's relationships are very tricky, and it's all about human emotions. And the thing is, we're all allowed to have our emotions. That's the whole thing. We're all allowed to have emotions. Yes, I went outside today, kids. Everybody was laughing at me. They were laughing at me. Well, I went like, yes, I'm outside. I almost want to do it again. I'm almost ready to do it again. But I'm going to stay home for the most part because I don't have to go outside. Luckily, I have a beautiful garden. I have a great big house. As you guys don't know, I'm busy working here. I don't have to leave. And in LA, it's just like, it's not the greatest out here. So I will stay home as long as I need to. I'm glad you liked the advice. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. I met my little rant, but I'm learning about relationships all the time. I'm learning about them all the time. And I'm still learning stuff too. The education never stops. It never stops. To me, it will stop when I'm dead, basically. I know my show, so I have a one-man show, you guys. If you guys don't know this already, I have a one-man show, JLJ, live from North Inglewood on the 29th of this month in a week and a half. Well, a little over a week and a half. And I'm putting the show together right now. I actually wrote a couple original pieces for the show. I'm nervous, but I'm pushing through it because I'm a fearless person. And I don't care if I get one person watching it. I don't care. I told Kenny Mac, Jasmine's the bomb. I told her about it. I gave Jasmine a great opening in here. And I already sang her praises. But yeah, be on YouTube. I'll post some more at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I'll post a poster again to remind people. But it's going to be what I'm putting together is something funny and powerful. And I'll tell you, I'm going to talk about issues that are serious and some that are whimsical. I have some funny stuff I'm going to talk about also. Play some of my music. But I feel like I want to give you guys a night of something to think about. Something I want you guys. I mean, the word, my spoken word is very deliberate. What I'm choosing to add to the show, because I'm still putting out the set list. What I'm choosing to put on the show is on purpose, and I'm not going to censor myself. I'm not going to. I'm not going to let any of my fan bases dictate to me what I'm going to say or what I'm going to do. It will be very James Lott Jr. But one of the reasons why I'm doing this is because this year, some people believe you pick a word and that's your year. Right? That's for the year. And my word last year, my word was return and rebirth. Those I had two words, return and rebirth, because I was coming out of my Bell's palsy. I had a year where I was paralyzed. So last year was all about coming back to life, like literally coming back to life. And I did that. Clearly, I did that last year. I clearly did that. So now my word this year was stage, ironically. And I said I want to do more stage work. And I actually had some things in the works, and then the Rona hit. So I was like, this is the next best thing. So I'm going to do one special, and then I might try to do more and see how this goes. But I thought, everybody else is doing it. Everybody's doing live stuff and performance stuff. And I thought, I saw a play tonight that was done on Zoom. It was wonderful. And I said, why not? I'll just do it. And people can tune in, not tune in. I'll put it out for people to watch later, of course, whatever. But I'm just like, it's more for me as an example of follow through. Sometimes you have to kind of push yourself outside your comfort zone to accomplish something. You just have to. And it's all about beginning, middle, and end. See it through completion. Because usually, chances are, a little fear is good. A little fear is always good to have, just to keep you motivated. But once you walk through it, you're fine. Everybody knows you're fine. Once you do it, you're fine. Usually you do something, you're fine. And a lot of you guys who are performers on here know exactly what that's about. You just have to kind of push through it. And so I did it. I was like, oh my God, I'm like, will I do it? Should I do it? Will I do it? I've written 2 one-man shows. I have another one-man show I wrote also. But that one I'm going to wait. This one, I'm trying this one out first. And then if this goes well, I might pull out that one. But I thought folks were sitting at home, and I did a poll. Everybody said Friday night was the best night, so I'm doing it Friday night, 5/29 at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you're on the East Coast, it's like 10 o'clock. It shouldn't be that late for you guys. I wish I could do it where everybody had a decent time hour. I just can't. There's no way to do it. You do, right? You got to channel that fear into your performance. I got to let it fuel my pieces, right, that I'm going to perform. So I think that's kind of thing. And I actually want to do something. I want to host a special and have multiple performers perform with me. I'm putting that show together too. I'm putting together an outline, and then I want to ask certain people to join me and showcase them. I just think I want to help other people. I'll give people a chance, and I produce, so why not, right? But yeah, I got pushed through the fear. At 40 years old, I changed my whole life. At 40, I changed my whole life, and had no clue what was ahead for the first time in the 40 years of my life. And I'm so glad I did it. 11 years later, I'm still here. That's fine. Yeah, I got my bow tie already. Brandon wants me to keep my hair. I might pick it out. Who knows? It may be different. You're gonna have to tune in to see what my hair's gonna look like, because I may do something else. Who knows? And no, I'm not getting that Jerry curl. That's not going to happen. But I might do something else. So who knows what's going to happen with my hair. I got another 2 weeks for my hair to grow, so who knows what's going to happen by then. But I'm really excited I'm having fun putting this together. Now, that's the other thing, folks. If you ain't having fun, then why the fuck are you doing it? Seriously. If you ain't having fun doing stuff, yeah, there's hard work and all that stuff. I get that. But in the end, if it's not what you're enjoying to do, for me, I can't imagine doing anything else. That's the bottom line. I can't imagine doing anything else. That's the point. I love all the aspects of this business. And there are things in this business that get on my nerves. And yes, there are truths, because I'm a black man in the business, and all kinds of stuff. I get it. I get it. Wear the famous jacket. Here's what's funny, folks. That famous jacket is now way too big for me. I need to get it taken in. But I do have the other, and even the jacket I wore last year when I won the award, the Capital City Web Award, that jacket's too big. I've lost that much weight. I had shorts on today, and my shorts fell off my pants, off my body. I was like, oh, I know I'm losing weight. I've lost like 12 pounds in the last 2 months. So I'm losing weight, but I'm like, I didn't realize how much weight I've lost. Because I'm not skinny by no means. But those jackets are all so big. They're all big on me, and I can't go to a tailor right now to get them fixed. Just have fun. That's the thing. It's like, I'm here to have a good time. Let's have some fun. When I do my shows, you can tell I have fun. I have fun. It's just like, that's what I'm here for. It's just really, I mean, seriously. It's just like, I have friends who are miserable. And instead of talking about the ups and downs of business where you have moments where you're frustrated and stuff, that's all normal. But I mean, in the end, though, if you can't imagine doing anything else, then you're doing something right. You can't have one foot in the business and one out. Sorry, you can't. First of all, it's 8th grade. That's a 5th grade. I do it. I don't really. I remember you said that a long time ago. That's so funny. But seriously, the ups and downs come. I always say this all the time. The fact that life isn't fair and the fact that I know that is freedom. It's freedom. Because I don't fight against it. I don't bump up against it. I know life isn't fair. I know life is short. I know it goes by fast. So I don't fight against it. I'm a black man in America. I know exactly what it's like out there. So because I know that, then my expectations are a little different. I kind of know, but also I don't put limitations on myself. I go, oh, you said I can't do that? Oh, okay, let me show you I'm going to do that. That's kind of how I live my life. You shouldn't have these people on your shows. Oh, okay, well, I'm having my shows. You shouldn't say that you're 51 or you're black. Well, I'm 51 and I'm black. That's how it goes. Oh my God, the last 2 minutes. I tell you, this goes by so fast. It goes by so fast. Well, my day was made having Jasmine Hester come in here. So thank you, Jasmine, for coming in. That's why I love doing this. You never know who's going to stop through. But Jasmine, I will definitely contact you. We're going to set up a date and time for you to be on my show alone, away from everybody else. But thank you very much. This is Talk A Lot with James Lott Jr. And we did talk a lot tonight, didn't we? If this lets me save this, I will put it on my YouTube channel, JLJ Media. So hopefully it'll let me save it. I don't know if it will or not. I'm hoping it'll let me save it. This is a good episode. I actually feel like it was a good episode. So I'm going to try to save it. But yes, new interviews coming out, all kinds of stuff coming out. That makes sure Brandon heard you. I know. I was like, and yes, he's coming on my show myself. But yes, everybody, please stay safe and sane during this crazy time of misinformation and mixed messages. That's all I'm going to say about that. But make sure you listen to your heart, listen to your gut, listen to your spirit in all decisions that you make out there. Thank you. I love you guys. Come back and everybody tune in every night.